Hey, checking in from my Airbnb here in Vilnius, Lithuania. Um, it's Thursday night, so it's funny. I'm having trouble kind of keeping track a little bit. Essentially, the travel started in D.C. on Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon. Biked over to the or actually bike to the train station up to BWI, bus shuttle to the airport, and I'm flying, a budget airline. I think it's called Fly Play or Play Fly or something. And it's funny, I got it so cheap, $400 from round trip, DC to Copenhagen back, and the whole time I was just I was thinking something was like gonna come up. It just was price was too low. It was too good to be true. And, I got like two emails, leading up, and the like 3 or 4 days leading up. And like both times I saw them email, and it was just, it ended up being just to like confirm itineraries or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, this is going to be where they cancel my flight. Like, and everything I have is tied up into like me being in Copenhagen and then flying to, here to Lithuania for the EuroLeague stuff tomorrow. But sure enough, up until the very last moment where I'm like, wow, we have a plane. I walked to the gate and like, we have a plane. And I'm in. I am in. Now listen, I'm a little different. I'm still the son of a Jewish mother, so I like a deal when I can find it, and I don't I don't need the luxury, traveling. So if you don't need that, I mean, $400, you can't beat that price, and it was fine. It was fine. It was so like I got extra leg room. I'm talking about how I don't need it, but I actually got the leg room. On both flights, because I flew to Iceland and then flew to to Copenhagen. Interesting. It was just a weird red eye. I'm used to like red eyes in LA where you get on at midnight and then you land in the morning. This one, we took off at 6 p.m. and we landed essentially at midnight Eastern time. So it's like, I wasn't really tired. I didn't do any caffeine, shocker, I know, on Wednesday to try to like maybe feel a little tired, but I really wasn't, because, again, you're not used to sleeping between 6 p.m. and 12 p.m. So it was interesting. Mostly everyone slept. I worked. I watched a little game one, Denver, LA, watched some other basketball stuff. So watched some Jimmy Butler finishing, shout out, 2-foot landings. And it's interesting, like, a lot of so again, we stopped in Iceland, and, a lot of people, I think, were going to Iceland and like staying there, including there was a group of Catholic university guys, and they just graduated. They were having fun, and, and they were having a good time on this flight, which I get. I mean, and it's funny, the guy sitting next to me, they're right in front of us, and he just actually at some point, probably like 3 hours in the flight, just gets up and kind of rips him and says, "Hey, it's the middle of the night, and you guys are, people are trying to sleep," and just rips him and tells him to quiet. And then he kind of glanced back at me looking for confirmation. And I'm like, dude, it's really not the middle of the night, So and I was like, I don't really know what to do. I kind of left my man out to dry a little bit, but we landed in Iceland. I was really excited about flying into Iceland. I had the window seat. I was excited because I had my camera ready to go, and all I saw was fog, just straight fog. You didn't even see the strip until like we were, only a little bit, above as we landed. So that was disappointing, because I was really excited to see that. That's a country I want to get back to. Hour and a half layover there, grabbed some overnight oats. Went to customs. It's so funny, again, maybe it's my pessimism, but like as I approach the customs, I'm just expecting something to go wrong, and I'm just like so fearful for no reason. The guy's like, "Nope, not allowed," and I get I'm ultra serious as I go up, and I'm dropping sirs and yes sir, no sir, and I go and hand to him, and all the air sucks out of the room for me, and he just says, "How long you been in Europe?" I say, "A week," and week sir, and he motions me through, and so hour and a half there, and then flew into Copenhagen. Man, really cool city. I'm gonna do 2 days on the back end of it when I fly out of Copenhagen back, but incredible. I've never seen more bikes in my life. There's just so many people hanging out. I'm still trying to get a hold of that. Like, it's Thursday afternoon, and there are people just chilling. Had a great, had a great lunch at a ramen place. I'm a huge fan of searching anything you want to search on the internet. Just add Reddit on the end of that. So I search, like, a lot of my trip planning was like best restaurants in Copenhagen, Reddit. It just, you end up getting some really cool discussion. So essentially someone said, the best, one of the best places to eat is this, random ramen spot. Seats about 10 people, and it was amazing. And so shout out to Reddit, shout out to ramen, and shout out to Copenhagen, because, man, it was awesome. From the ramen, I just kind of walked around the city. I ended up touristy as hell, but I ended up hopping on a boat cruise, lasted an hour and a half. Really cool. Highly recommend. It took us around the canals, and great history. I can't wait to get back to the city. It's awesome. So from the boat cruise, I'm definitely gonna rent a bike when I come back. Went over. There's this area where you can hang out, and it's just right on the river, and there's people swimming, and you're just saying, I end up sitting there drinking a beer, watched a little bit of film, because, like, again, that's what, if you listen to this, that's what I love to do. And got a little conservative with my return to the airport. I didn't want to miss the flight to Lithuania. There wasn't anything, there wasn't anything kind of coming here. So I got a little conservative. I ended up spending an hour and a half longer in the airport than I would have liked. Skip across the line. If you're spending too much, if you don't miss a flight every once in a while, you're spending too much time hanging out in airports. I didn't want this to be the flight I missed. Copenhagen to Lithuania. And I arrived, and buses weren't running into the city. I'm staying in this old section of Vilnius, and so grabbed a cab, and we negotiated a price of 10 euros, and I get out, and he charges me 30, and then pretends like he doesn't know English. So I'm down 20 to Lithuania right now. Pulled in. It's this very old city. I'll say this. I'm staying in the older section, and it was very dark, and so not a ton going on Thursday night. I ended up finding a speakeasy, so I can check that off the bucket list. Lithuanian speakeasy. Grabbed a drink there. It wasn't very good, but got into my Airbnb, and it's a beautiful kind of 1-bedroom deal. I spent about 30 minutes worrying that there wasn't a bed, because it was just a couch, and I said, oh gosh, this is gonna be awkward. And then I realized if it's a pull-out bed. So I figured that one out. Super excited to explore tomorrow morning. It's around 2:30, here now. It's been a long day-ish, kind of 2 days, but I can't wait to explore tomorrow morning. Excited about the game, excited about this country and the hoops history. It's really neat. People are really, other than the cab driver that scammed me, people are really, like, happy that I can't believe an American came to visit. The guy I met today at Speakeasy advised me to to download a Bolt app and never to use taxis. Apparently Bolt's like the Uber over here. So excited, man. Appreciate you guys listening. See ya.